This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Wednesday, October 2nd. I'm here with Stephanie, Brandon, Erica. I'm Jeff.
And the mugs.
Before we get started, we have to address the mugs. Brandon listened to authority and said we're going to go with all water today. The girls rebelled.
I don't want to drink water. I want a nice peppermint tea to give me a bit of pep for my tea.
Let's get started. Let's get started.
Wow.
Let's get started.
And I'm just keeping things consistent.
But guess what? Actually, we just frantically, I'll be honest with you guys, we actually just frantically poured, there was water, and then we got I was like, where's the old mugs? So we got the new mugs, which were the old mugs previously, which is getting very confusing for you guys, into this one, and I actually noticed the lack of liquid. So I feel like if we use these, we're going to consume far more water, and it's going to be great for everyone.
All right, guys, just so you know, these cups will be gone tomorrow. Just so you know. All right, guys, we're going to start it off. Demi Moore's new book is filled with bombshells about her ex, Ashton Kutcher, things like three-ways and infidelity. But Ashton isn't letting that hurt his marriage with Mila Kunis. Sources tell People magazine the couple is not surprised by the claims, and Mila knew everything before the book actually came out. The sources also say Ashton will never badmouth Demi because he respects that she's a mother with a family. Look at Ashton taking the high road.
Mm-hmm. How's the air up there, Ashton? Hey, it was about him. I'm not like criticizing him.
Yeah.
I do think it's interesting because of the dynamics of the relationship with Mila and Ashton. I didn't think that Ashton was affected by this, and I really didn't think Mila was at all. I think that's another little subtle jab. But Mila's known Ashton for literally forever. He was her first kiss on that 70s show. And I don't think that there's anything that would come out about Ashton that she would be surprised about because they have that type of relationship.
She's literally grown through fame and the crazy world of the media with him. She's experienced everything. The fangirls, the people stalking in the street, the ups and downs. She's seen it all. And heaven forbid a wife knows that her husband's information and things that are happening. I mean, oh, shock horror. I mean, what's new?
I think it's something that I think he was open to her about these things before it even came out, long before it even came out, for you to say like, oh, he was her first love, first kiss, that sort of thing. So I really don't see this as that big of a problem.
I mean, it's like in a parallel universe where imagine if me and Brandon ended up together in 10 years and I was shocked.
Are you guys making a pact right now on air in 10 years?
I don't know, that I'd be so horribly shocked that some
What's
of
the
the
date
stories
today?
coming out of the woodwork.
October 2nd?
Let's be real, that's kind of what it's like. I mean, I know everything about Brandon.
All right.
Yeah, he knows all my weirdness too.
October
20, he wouldn't be shocked by anything and I wouldn't be shocked by anything either.
The pact has just been made.
We never said anything about a
2029.
pact.
I'm making it right now. We're on air in 10
it's
years.
not your pact to make, dude.
Well, you kind of just threw it out there. And now we're going to go.
No, I'm saying that's what it's like, though. So she already knows everything because she's worked with him every day in and day out.
So you guys are pretty much engaged. That's what we're saying. Happy engagement. You guys, we're going to have a cake at the end of the show. You guys get to take home these mugs. You guys going to have these.
This is going to be so great. I'll do the engagement party at the house.
Yeah, we're going to have a good time. We'll plan everything. You guys
at
just
your
sit back
house?
and
You
relax.
promise?
Yes.
Oh, ain't no party like an Erica Kyle party, so let's do this. We can do this tomorrow.
You want to shake on it?
Oh, Lord. What have I just
Is there a shake? Shake on it?
Come on, Jeff.
All right, keep going. We told you yesterday that Beyonce's dad, this is a serious note, has breast cancer. That's right. He said early detection is the key, and he's urging all men to get tested. This is important. Let's watch.
Of all the things I could get, why would I get this? From a man's perspective, I'm thinking, why me? The numbers we have for men on breast cancer are not adequate because we don't have enough men that come forward, that take the exam. I'm hoping by me coming here today, speaking out, letting folks know that you can survive this. But it has to be early detection.
Good for Matthew Knowles for
Yeah.
coming out saying that. To be honest with you, Brandon, I didn't know men could get breast cancer. Did you?
No, absolutely not. Me neither. And you know, we need a celebrity, or we don't need, but it helps when there's a celebrity in as the face of something. And for him to do that, and it was great that he was talking to Michael Strahan, whose own brother was diagnosed and treated for breast cancer or male breast cancer, whatever it is you want to call it, back in 2015. So this is something that's has me and you thinking. It's something I'm going to text my own father and be like, hey, have you been checked yet?
Well, I think it's important to see a Matthew Knowles speaking out about it, because he's coming from a generation and a demographic that, one, just out of, I guess it's a stereotype, but men and older men tend to be a little bit more stubborn when it comes to preventative measures for their health.
That's true.
And also, I think that pop culture is really leaning that way about shining lights on people who wouldn't necessarily be represented. I mentioned yesterday that A Million Little Things, the show on, I think it's ABC, one of the main characters, male, had breast cancer and had to have a lumpectomy where his nipple was removed. And showing that aesthetic really made people think. You can see things on Twitter talking about, I never knew. So I think it's really important that we see this.
I think it's so important. So one of my male friends had got breast cancer. This was maybe 5-6 years ago, and he didn't tell anyone until he actually went through and had surgery and had a lump removed, because he was so ashamed of even saying that he as a man had breast cancer, and he like couldn't even come to terms with it until after it happened. Because I don't know why. I said to him, why did you not tell anyone? You know, and he said it made him feel emasculated, because he was like, women have breasts, not men. And for him, that was like a whole battle in his mind. But I mean, touch wood, luckily he's absolutely fine. The surgery went really well. But it just goes to show, you all should check yourselves. It doesn't matter. All the time, you know?
Men and women.
Men and women.
Get your checkup. I know it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. For women, we tend to focus on, but men, it's not a shame. It's not emasculating.
No.
Cancer happens everywhere in your body. It's a shame, but early detection, like Matthew Knowles says, is the key. So everybody, go get checked. All right, guys, we're going to move on right now. R. Kelly is probably crying into those numb hands of his. There we go. Raquel, tell us why.
Well, R. Kelly won't be leaving prison anytime soon. His request to get out for those numb hands and other health reasons was denied today. The government thinks he's too much of a flight risk. Prosecutors say last year when he tried to go to Dubai with 2 girlfriends when he was out on bail. They also question the claims he is broke, saying his music royalties are going into a friend's bank account. Now, his federal sex trafficking trial is now set for May 18th, 2020, and is expected to take 3 weeks.
Wow, thank you so much. This is the whole bank account thing kind of got me intrigued a little bit.
Oh, you really think that he's not going to put someone else in charge of his finances?
But I mean, if we already know about it, that's illegal, right?
Well, yes, that would be, I think it's legally questionable, but why? I guess it's not the same friend who posted the $100,000 bond that can't get it back because she's a daycare provider and apparently like took the $100,000 and they're not releasing it to her. Oh. Yeah. So he's got a lot of friends.
It's a half-hour show, and I have a lot more questions. So we're just going to let that sit there. All right, guys, I do love this next topic. Is the politically correct woke culture killing comedy? The new director of the new Joker movie thinks so. Todd Phillips is the guy behind the Hangover trilogy, Old School, and Road Trip, movies that are known for their obviously raunchy bro humor. And Todd says no one wants to make comedies like these anymore since everyone's offended so easily. Does he have a point? To me, I'll answer first. I think yes. I think he does.
I think he has a point. I also think that comedy is cyclical. I went to a stand-up show with Andrew Dice Clay. I didn't care for it. I remember walking, but I mean, it's a brand of comedy that a lot of people enjoyed. I do think you think about like those movies compared to the Porky movies, if you remember like that, and just the context of those movies where we felt that that was so inappropriate. And a lot of times you watch a movie from 10, 15 years ago and you're like, ooh, I can't believe that like someone said that or we laughed out. So comedy is cyclical like everything else and things ebb and flow, but I do think he has a point.
You mentioned watching movies from about 10, 15 years ago. Listening to music from 10,
Yeah.
15 years ago. Beastie Boys, Kiss, all those musicians and some of the
Any
things.
mainstream music, yeah.
Some of the things they said in their music was questionable kind of at that time, not really, but now we kind of listen to it and we're like, whoa. But I think of it as something that continue to make these movies, but get in front of it. You know, if you're going to do something, let's say it's an old school where we're talking about frats and all that, donate money to women who are accusing, who have been raped by fraternities or something like that. Let's not get rid of the art, because I felt as though Dave Chappelle's last stand-up, Sticks and Stones, was hilarious. And I mean, there were times I felt bad about laughing, but at the same time, to me, it was just jokes.
That's a perfect example, though. That I thought it was hilarious too. But if I were to say those things, or if someone to make a movie about those things, their job is on the line.
Yeah.
So it's not just art. Your job is on the line.
It's so true. I mean, I feel as though us guys, we have to really think about everything that we say, and also there's lots of terms, especially coming from across the pond, that I would say that here are very offensive. We witnessed that, you know, just last week, and vice versa. And I think it's just a case of being aware, and knowledge is power, right? So something, just because it might be okay to you and your culture doesn't mean it is to someone else. And I think we're becoming more aware of that, and it's just being respectful to other people. Has those days of those movies gone? Probably yes.
Yeah,
but
I hope we're in the call-out culture right now, and everyone's jobs are on the line. I hope we get to a place where it starts to become a learning culture. And when someone says something wrong, or someone does something wrong, that they learn from that moment and move on with their lives instead of getting called out and their life is over.
But isn't that going to be hard? Because now that we're already learning, then if you continuously do it, then now it's like you're being disrespectful because you already know.
Right. It's one thing to continuously do it. Clearly, you're doing that with the knowledge. But when you know better, you do better. If you know better and you're not doing better, then you deserve to be called out.
Kind of like these cups. We're not going to have them tomorrow. We've learned from our mistake.
Stop hating on them.
Hey, we got them for our wedding. Don't worry about it.
It's official. DBL is live and coming up. A whole bunch of 80s stars meet up for a convention called NostalgiaCon. So which celebs from the past would you want to meet? And Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott are over, but that's all right, because Brandon and Stephanie are on. But is there more to this story? Our own Stephanie Jones tells us what's up and What Up Wednesday next.
Mugs.
Do you want it to go down with the DBL or go across?
You know what? I think it should say access.
Here's what I do.
Yeah.
But nobody knows what access is.
DBL, and at the bottom, access. But look, Chris, DBL, access at the bottom.
No access.
No
DBL
DBL.
Industry term.
Oh.
DBL evenings.
DBL After Dark, like Peach Pit After Dark.
That's good. I like that one.
See, I
Because
like
about
that.
this time of night, it's dark.
Like, yeah.
So
And
DBL
y'all
Nation,
East Coast
write us in.
tonight.
We're brainstorming right now. What would you like, in addition to Daily Blast Live, to make us specific for our later show? What would you guys like?
Like a
on there?
moon, like a crescent moon. And like a TV and a crescent moon.
How about the sun going
Like
down
Nick
over
at
the
Night?
mountains?
They already have that?
I don't know.
Copyright
I
infringement.
feel like I.
Yeah, Nick at Night is a moon.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
We gotta do something different. DBL Nation, what would you like to see? I feel like,
This is how brainstorming works.
yeah, come in this brainstorming session with us. So we need to feel like when we're coming to this table, that it's different than it was 3 hours ago.
All right, I like
That
it.
could be hard. So what do? I'm thinking comfy robes.
Robes?
Let's make it a slumber party.
Oh, that would be cool.
We tried the bartender. That didn't work. But with this group, we might be able to make
Did I hear slumber party?
Well, maybe
We
not.
should have, yeah, maybe not. Because then we have to drink every day.
Pillow
That's what we're
fight?
drinking.
I know who I'm going after if we had a pillow fight.
Pillow fight?
Slumber party. I heard slumber party.
Did someone write
See,
that in?
maybe
Uh-oh.
we get like fancy PJs. Ooh. And we're DBL After Dark. DBL Nation, hit me up. I really want
Like
to know
a
what
classy
you think.
Playboy
because
pajama party?
I think we get
Welcome back to DBL. It's What Up Wednesday, where I fill you in on all the hot celebrity gossip, because this stuff is important to know. So let's head on over to our What Up World map, where we are going to California, where Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott have called it quits after 2 years together. And now it's bloody terrible. Crack out the tissues. Another reminder that love is dead. But here's what's up. Fans think this breakup is a giant stunt to promote Travis's new music, and I agree. I mean, check out Exhibit A. Travis posted on Instagram about new music minutes after news of their split broke. Minutes. And for Exhibit B, Keeping Up with the Kardashians needs fresh drama for the new season, and the whole Khloe, Tristan, Jordan Woods mess is, I mean, it's old news. Let's be real, what's juicier than a billionaire breakup? In conclusion, my extensive research leads me to think this breakup is as fake as Kylie's lips, and that was a beep, but you know, never mind, we are live. It's Malibu for our next stop, where Lady Gaga spends her days when she's not breaking up Bradley Cooper and his Super Bowl wife. I'm just kidding, or am I? Back to the story. We don't know about how much Lady Gaga's highly anticipated 6th album is going to be, but that changed last night when the pop star sent this tweet. It says, "I'm naming my next album Adele." That's it. No more context than that. Thanks a heap, Gaga. Here's what's up. Gaga is trolling in the deep here. I mean, hello. Remember when Gaga tweeted she was pregnant and it turned out she was pregnant with her next album? You can only burn me so many times, Gaga. I'm onto you. And our final stop is New York, where we gotta talk about Ansel Elgort. So he's the babyface lead in all the Divergent movies, Baby Driver and Fault in Our Stars. Why we're talking about him today? Well, it's because he recently told reporters he wants more love despite having a girlfriend. Not the sexual kind of love, no. He means he actually wants to fall in love with a lot of people without the sex. Here's what's up. Has stardom gone to his head, or possibly somewhere else? Ansel really wants a relationship without nookie? I mean, that's like going to work and not getting paid. I know I'm gonna get some haters emailing me saying like free love for all and all of that, but come on, it's just greedy and pointless, literally. That's right, I said it. It's been another edition of What Up Wednesday.
Oh, we're coming back to us. I was like watching the show.
I'm all about that free love.
So he wants to fall in love but not consummate the relationship.
Yeah, he's got a girlfriend who's going to be more than happy letting her boyfriend go out on multiple dates on evening nights without her. Sure.
Steph, who brought up the nookie word?
That would be me.
Do you remember that song, Fred Durst?
No.
You don't?
No, I just thought it was a nice way to say it without saying it, if you get what I mean.
Throwback. I got it. Thank you, Steph. You did a fantastic job. Coming up on DBL, celebrities from the 80s reunite at a convention. So we're asking, who would you like to meet? We're sharing your comments next.
Hi, DBL Nation. I'm Raquel, and right now it's time for Fast Blast, where I give you all the trendy news you need to know in under 2 minutes. So let's get that timer up and get started. Right now, Google is stepping up its privacy settings. You can now set your maps to incognito mode, which means it won't track where you go or save your directions. And it's also coming to YouTube, so soon you can auto-delete your search history. Get rid of all of it. And honestly, if you look at mine, it's just a bunch of cat videos. So I don't care what you see. And I hit up Amazon when I need a Halloween costume or a new book to read, but I haven't been thinking big enough. Turns out you can buy a home there. This DIY tiny home is 13.5 feet all around and comes with a kitchen and living room. The catch? You have to assemble it yourself. Well, considering how well I do assembling IKEA furniture, let's just say you wouldn't want to live there. And I'm happy to share some more good news about the homeless woman who became internet famous for singing opera in the subway. A Grammy-nominated producer is offering her a recording contract. And I really, really hope to hear Emily Zamorka's voice on the radio soon. And could you imagine Avatar starring Matt Damon? Well, it almost happened. He turned down the role because he was filming the Bourne series at the time. Had he taken the part, he could have landed a reported $250 million payout. Cha-ching! Well, too bad. But I think he's doing just fine for himself right now. And that's it for today's Fast Blast. See you next time.
Welcome back to DBL. Some fans waited for hours to meet their favorite 80s stars at the first ever NostalgiaCon. I would want to be there. Corey Feldman and Sean Astin from The Goonies relived their glory days, and Christopher Lloyd, a.k.a. Doc from Back to the Future, was also there. So DBL Nation, which 80s icon would you want to see? Man, we're buttoning it up today.
It's like Wacky Wednesday.
Let's get right to your comments.
Tight as a lotus. No, what that means. Anyway, Brianna says.
I'm supposed to marry that?
Brianna says, Josh Brolin, I had such a crush on him in The Goonies. Oh, lovely, Deanna. You know what? Fun fact, not that fun. I actually didn't watch The Goonies until I was really old. And so, like, I feel like I missed out on a piece of my childhood.
How about an 80s icon? Who would you want to see?
Oh, I mean, I did like Tom Cruise in the old Top Gun, or, you know, he was pretty hot, wasn't he? Whew,
well, Iceman was there.
In that
Val Kilmer was at NostalgiaCon.
Heat?
No.
Love that movie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, what was the lad called who was in Back to the Future?
Michael J. Fox.
J. Fox.
Yeah, him.
Okay. Alyssa says, Anthony Michael Hall and Molly Ringwald. I love 16 Candles. Never seen that movie before, but for me, it would be Tatiana Ali, a.k.a. Miss Ashley Banks.
Is that 80s?
90s.
That's nice. I was born in 84. Who am I supposed to know from my 80s?
The Cookie Monster?
Okay. Kevin says, I would love to take a day off with Matthew Broderick. Oh, a little Bueller.
Yeah.
Bueller. Yeah, I love that idea. That would be fun. I would have to go with Sheila E. and the Fat Boys because Crush Groove was the first movie that I was ever snuck into, and it was rated R, and I was like 4 years old, and my cousin was supposed to be babysitting me, and I learned about the world.
Nice.
Ooh, I'd go Ralph Macchio. Karate Kid, the Karate Kid himself.
It's on the Deuce.
Nice.
No, he's on the Deuce now. He's still working, but
I want to take mine back. I've thought of a better one. Patrick Swayze in Dirty Dancing.
Oh.
Yes. No one puts baby in the corner. Or the rabbit.
I don't know what's going on.
this
We
marriage
got to get rid of these cups.
Yeah,
These cups are throwing us off over here. My cup's empty or a little bit. We got to get out of here. We'll be right back.
Jaleel, what's up, man? Jaleel, what's up, man? This is Al Jackson from Daily Blast Live.
What's up, Cat?
We did a podcast together a couple years ago.
I remember that, man.
Your dad picked up the phone to start talking to somebody and gave you the phone.
You know, fans are bold. They called right up to the room, and, you know, they caught us at me being age 12 and my parents not knowing up from down. And my dad handed the phone. My mom just like, what the hell is wrong with you? Handed him the phone to a perfect stranger.
That's a beautiful thing.
I'll never forget that, man.
I've been watching the show, the Parent Trip, and it looks like you really stressed your mom out.
You know the best part about a bald person? You can see the sweat on the top of their head.
What do you think the worst part for her was?
The worst part for her was going up in the hot air balloon. She definitely is deathly afraid of heights.
So we are at 5,700 feet.
Oh, no. That's good enough.
We're going to go higher.
That's
gotta
good
go
enough.
higher.
So getting her in that hot air balloon was, took a little coercion. She's a lot braver than I thought, though, man.
It just seems like it's not made of strong material. It looks like the kind of stuff that you would make furniture you wouldn't feel comfortable sitting on.
You know what? I got no problems with hot air balloons. I love hot air balloons. The beekeeping stuff, for me, that was the one that got to me because in my mind, these bees were definitely getting inside my suit.
Exactly, and then you don't want to be the famous guy that dies from bees. You don't want to be that guy.
Oh, man, come on, man. I mean, they're this close to you, man. They're all over your mask, and, you know, that was where her bravery kicked in far above mine.
Right there with the little red head on the top right there.
She doesn't have a name yet.
What we gonna name her?
Gail?
Gail.
Everybody's talking about it. We're seeing all these shows being rebooted from the 90s. Would you ever want to come back and do Family Matters as well?
I don't really see that show coming back, man. I love it. I got a 10-year-old daughter now, man. Life has changed, you know.
Could you ever see doing like a show with her? I think that'd be really cool. See a little father-daughter connection.
Oh, gosh. My daughter doesn't do anything on cue. I think that's the issue we need to work past first.
You guys can all catch The Parent Trip Thursday nights on BYU TV. Jaleel White, awesome as always. Thank you for joining us here on DBL.
Nah, thank you for having me, bro.
Welcome back to DBL. We all know Seth Rogen is pretty funny, right? And apparently his mom, Sandy, is too. She tweeted, "Husband has a cold. Husband says kisses during sex don't have germs." So A, we gotta ask, is that true? And B, can you imagine your parents talking about their sex lives in public or on social media? Steph, you were kind of talking in the break about this a little bit.
Now, my mum is absolutely atrocious when it comes to information I do not need to know.
About her life, not yours.
About her, about me. I mean, let's put it this way. With one of my first long-term boyfriend, she asked him if he knew how to satisfy a woman.
I believe this.
Like, Erica has witnessed my parents in full flow at her house.
I believe this. One of my favorite nights of 2019, we had Steph and her parents over for dinner. This will go in like epic. The night ended, I'm not even kidding you.
Oh, God.
We are, so this song comes on the Sonos, and I was like, oh my God, this is the song that Anthony and I danced to for the wedding. We all danced in our kitchen. Like, that's how the night ended. It was like the best night ever.
They were having some kind of double couple moment. I just sat there drinking my gin thinking, Lord help me.
Well, me and Brandon must have been busy that night, I guess, huh?
That is the second time I wasn't invited to
Oh, my
Erica.
God.
I like dancing in gin and kitchens. All right, we'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place, without our mugs. See you tomorrow.